Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea Tranquility. Welcome to day 6 of albums that are 30 years old in 2022 as we count down our 31 favorites from 1992. Our top 31 albums released in that year each and every day. We got 31 days of March, 31 picks, plus some honorable mentions at the end. I'm asking everybody each day to list their pick for that particular day, after you hear mine, of course, and also comment on whatever pick I happen to have for that day. So today, we've got an album that came out July 21st of that year for the Relativity label, produced by Andy Johns, John Cuniberti, and the man himself. Talking about the 4th studio album from guitar legend Joe Satriani, The Extremists. I don't know about you, but I pulled this out recently to kind of re-listen to it because I haven't heard it in a while. And looking at the cover, and I'm like, we're so used to seeing Joe with the shaved head all these years. It's kind of like jarring to see him with a full head of hair. I'm like, holy crap, is that really Joe? Yeah, Joe had hair back in the day, right? Look at that. It's like, it's hard to believe, but yeah, that's how we first got introduced to Mr. Satriani. He had a full head of hair, and then all of a sudden he didn't. He's wearing hats on stage. Bloop, I got nothing. So, this is his 4th album. This, probably, I think Time Machine also too, but I think probably one of his last truly great albums. He's had some very strong albums, I think, since this and since Time Machine, which came out a year later. For me, though, I always have enjoyed his first handful of albums the most out of all of them. There have been good ones sprinkled throughout his catalog. But while I enjoy some of the latter period stuff, the early stuff to me is the most inspired, have the most memorable melodies and some of the hottest guitar playing. Well, not that the new ones don't have great guitar playing, but I think that he was just riding such a creative high during this period that kind of hard to beat. And one of the things that always struck me about Satriani is he would always write really engaging, memorable instrumentals, right? That instantly stick in your mind. They were never just excuses for him to go berserk playing, with solos and things like that. And very easy on the ears, which is one of the criticisms I've had for, his buddy Steve Vai's solo albums at times. Some of them are just really kind of out there and avant-garde sounding, even though the playing is jaw-dropping. That being said, I still like Vai's playing a little bit better than Satch's, but I think that Joe's albums at times seem to work a little better from a kind of like repeat listen and accessibility standpoint. But back to this album. So, again, this is Joe's 4th album. Got Joe, of course, playing guitars and some keyboards and banjos, mandolins, all sorts of stuff. You got Phil Ashley on keyboards and things, Greg Bissonette on drums, Bongo Bob on drums, Simon Phillips on drums, Paulina DaCosta on percussion, Jeff Campbelletti on cymbals, Andy Johns, who's producing, also playing some keyboards and things like that. Brent Tuggle plays some organ. Matt Bissonette plays bass on a bunch of tracks, and Doug Wimbish also plays bass as well. So, very strong album. Very anthemic songs on this album. You got your high-energy hard rockers. You got some more melodic, really memorable fare. Friends is a great kickoff track. The title track, Extremist, is great. I love War. War is hard-charging, anthemic, blistering guitars, great riffs. You got the absolutely jaw-dropping, emotional Crying, which is one of his most memorable songs. And I've seen Joe plenty times live, and he always plays that track. And it's a showstopper because the melody is just so heart-tugging, and he just pours everything into it. We mentioned Vai as well before. Some of my favorite tracks from these guys are their kind of slower, more melodic things where they really pour some emotion into the main melodies and the solos. Crying is terrific. Rubina's Blue Sky Happiness is fun, kind of quirky. Summer Song is just great. If you never thought that someone could release an instrumental song that's just as memorable and catchy as an anthem that's got a great vocal chorus and all that kind of stuff, Summer Song is it. Such a killer composition. You got the Quick Tears in the Rain. You got Why, another terrific song. Motorcycle Driver, Hard Charging, and then New Blues, which again goes from kind of like soft and moody and atmospheric to hard charging, blistering guitar all over the place. It's a really, really strong album from Mr. Satch. The Extremist, again, following a long line of just excellent albums, one after another, and then he would start kind of cranking them out. It's like, how many albums does he have now? Jeez, yeah, a lot. Holy cow! So this was his fourth one, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 other albums. He's almost got 20 studio albums under his resume. Crazy, right? Geez, so many of them. And he's pumped them out like every 2 years, almost from the start. Never really going more than 3 years, it seems, in between releases. Yeah, pretty much. Crazy, right? Guy keeps busy. So, The Extremist is my pick for today, day 6 of albums that are 30 years old in 2022, from 1992. List your thoughts below on The Extremist, as well as your pick for today, day 6, and we'll see you tomorrow morning with another one. Day 7 coming right up tomorrow morning. Stay tuned for that. We've also got album homework assignment in just a little bit, so don't touch that dial. We've got Eric Porter from In the Prague Seat in the Guitarist Corner going head-to-head with frequent guest Scott Berry from the state of Texas. They both have some interesting albums that they've been given, and they're going to talk all about it. So that's coming right up. Please stay tuned for that and check it out. And visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're on YouTube. All the damn time. I am Pete Pardo. See you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.